The weird story of the Thompson SMG in Ireland? Long before the age of the British Commando or American GI, just as the Thompson hit the civilian market, a representative of the IRA purchased nearly 700 units of the new firearm. He did not have permission to access the funds he used, but he was forgiven, as it was expected that the Thompson would upgrade the IRA's firepower considerably. No longer would they be a force equipped with stolen rifles, rusty revolvers, and farmers' shotguns. However, the story of the Thompson's journey to Ireland was fraught with issues. The first alarms were set off when a ship bound for Ireland was contacted by the Unions. The dockers who were loading the ship were mysteriously replaced entirely by Irish workers and Clan na Gael men. Clan na Gael, for our purposes, being an Irish-American secret society with IRA links. No coincidence, of course, that the Irish Americans practically controlled the dock unions on the American East Coast. Despite this, however, nearly 500 of the guns were discovered, and of the other 200 or so, they slowly trickled into Ireland. They took so long, in fact, by the time they'd arrived, the War of Independence was actually over. But the story of the Thompson wasn't. Comrades who had planned to use this new firepower in their concerted effort against the British Army instead were faced with a different reality. They would be shooting each other. During the Irish Civil War, both sides used the Thompson to somewhat similar effect. What both sides very quickly discovered was that turning these new weapons of war on each other might not be the tragedy they imagined. Mostly because the Thompson actually turned out to be possibly the worst weapon to use in Ireland. See, warfare at this time in the agrarian south of Ireland usually consisted of small bands of men roving around, and they would heavily clash with each other for very small periods of time, and then they would retreat. This type of warfare, of course, favoured weapons like the Lee Enfield, and the Thompson only actually caused serious casualties in a third of the engagements it was involved in. And of those engagements, the ratio of those casualties caused by, for example, a rifle round was the same as, or higher than the Thompson. And so, when they inevitably ran out of ammunition, they were put into storage by both sides, never to be used again. Unless, of course, someone was to somehow have access to IRA stores